Good morning, crew. It's a prayerful morning for you. Playing some flute music this morning. I feel like I'm a spore floating over the top of a mountain right now, and I'm trying to find a nice place to land so I can colonize. Anybody ever felt like that before? I just feel like a spore flying around. Just looking for a place to land. Hey, wait! We're landing at we're landing in the we're landing at the T crew. Good morning, everyone. Anthony Hunt, you set your alarm. That's a good one. Jesus Christ, go back to bed. Jesus Christ, would you go back to bed, please? Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you keep your job as director of human resources. I don't know. Should have been fired years ago. Jackie Cat. D. Anderson. Where did the Jesus Christ guy come from anyway? It's ridiculous. Okay, not the real Jesus Christ guy, but this Jesus Christ guy. Okay, it sure is, Pacers. One more day. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do this. Wisconsin's full of cheeseheads. That's a lot of flute blowing right there. Wisconsin's full of cheeseheads. You guys knew that, right? Wait. How do you do this? There we go. Okay. Cheeseheads. Wisconsin's figured out how to keep their babies from crying. Okay? This was told me this is the official way they do it in Wisconsin. All right? This is how we keep our babies from crying in Wisconsin. Choop wore cheese for 4 years, from what I understand. Choop, his son, Choopaloop, wore cheese on top of it. You'll see. Woz made his son wear cheese for 4 years. All right. Whoa, bad shot. What the? Whoa! Oh, gosh. Darn it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that child abuse? Are you abusing your children nowadays? That's close. It's like right on the edge of child abuse. Okay. What are those crappy cheese slices they're throwing too? What are those crappy ass leaves? That isn't good artisan cheese. That's wait. Oh, you're killing me, Waz. Waz. Yeah, I'm so glad you're not here. My stomach could hurt for an hour. Warm American cheese. That's government issue. That's that government cheese. Was tell me, was tell the truth. Wisconsin, do you use government cheese? Well, good cheese would knock the kid out. Lazy cheese. Mark says we call it lazy cheese. We call it weak cheese. Weak cheese. Oh gosh, darn it. Okay. I dare you to do that with Velveeta. Chunk of Velveeta, boom. Oh, Wazzy, you're killing me. Commodity cheese, that's what I'm talking about. I think government cheese. Waz. He got me this morning. I woke up, that's on my phone. I'm like, oh, geez, was darn it. And then we find out, I know, Melody, it sucks. And then we find out, what do we find out? Choop's been wearing cheese on his head for 4 years. Good morning, Melody. Let me show you one more beautiful picture. This is still having to do with yesterday. You guys know that Penny's a pulverizer, right? Penny the pulverizer. Penny. By the way, Penny wrote to me and said, I'm having a hard time because of this and a couple other reasons. Pops, can you replace me as moderator? Well, we never meant her to be moderator forever. Herbie, he's stuck with it forever. Sorry, Herbs, you're just it. It's tattooed on you. But in the next couple of days, we'll get a new moderator, a backup moderator for Herbs. Okay, I already have a couple of good ideas. I have a couple of choices for a moderator, a backup moderator for the Herbster. Okay, but in the meantime, so we had sent Penny the pulverizer the emotional support mushroom. She took some amazing pictures, but she forgot to take one that I demanded. If you guys remember, many months ago when I first showed a pulverizer, she showed me a picture of her pulverizer that came from, I think it was, which was, Penny, what was it? Was it on the Challenger? It was on one of the space shuttles. It was on one of the space shuttles. But, okay, so here's what happened. They had to remove it from the space shuttle. I don't know how Penny and Ted got their hand on it, but I forget which space shuttle it was on. But she got this pulverizer from the space shuttle. And one of the reasons that they no longer use it in NASA is because the pulverizer itself, looking at it. Okay, now you're talking fighter pilots. You're talking guys that have, flown planes, Mach 78. They're not afraid of a whole lot. When they saw the pulverizer on the space shuttle, they asked, could they please go home? There's 3 of them still under PTSD therapy right now as a result of this pulverizer that was seen on board the spacecraft. It's true. Who wants to see a picture of the pulverizer? Who would like to see a picture of it? It was from the Challenger, Saturn. Honestly, I never actually heard the actual one. But who would like to see this? Now, I want you to know that we're open it's a kind of a commercial. If you need microdose pills afterwards, because you too are going to get PTSD, if you feel like you need some microdose capsules, write to our website. Okay, we're very reasonable, and they work really good. So after this, we're I don't doubt that I'll see a slight uptick in the amount of capsules we sell. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. Here comes Penny's pulverizer. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me, right? Look at the dial on it. What's going on with the torture dial? What's going on with the torture dial? Okay, was. I need dang. What's with the torture dial? What, can you retract them, move them in and move them out? Basically, you could give 8 different people a blood test at one time. This is what you carry Saturday night in Detroit. That's illegal in Illinois. Oh, Jesus. Look at that. Emperor, what? No way, okay? That looks... Has anybody seen a tire lately? It's a Detroit hair pick. And look at Honey. I want you to just answer me a quick question. Is Honey going to come home with PTSD? Is Honey coming home? Melody, stop it. Is Honey coming home with PTSD? What the heck? What are they doing on the Space Challenger with it? She's already used it, Sarah said. Oh, gosh darn it. Oh, stop it. Honeys can give blood tests now to 8 people at one time. Juan says Honey needs her own comfort shroom. Oh, my God, Penny. What the hell are you doing on the Space Challenger? Stealing their tools. Wow. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me laugh, because that's what we do here in the morning. We laugh. It's going to be part of the lesson later today, how important laughing is. Wait for it. We're going to laugh. You want to cry a little? I cried yesterday. I'm not kidding you. I cried yesterday. What? System permanent ban will ensure if live video does not end in 2 minutes. What is that? Herbie, what was that notification? Herbie, what do you think that thing was? It's a troll? It's some BS? Okay. Woo. Really? They're trying to get me to, they're wanting me to turn off. That's pretty clever, huh, Jackie? Okay. We don't need a system notification error to turn us off. We like being turned on here. Okay? Thanks for see? That's what we need. We need guys like Herbie von Werby Kebab. Thank you, Herbs. They don't warn you like that. Moral Herb knows. Wow. That was a pretty good scam just because of the way they did the little alert system emoji. Whew. I was getting ready to turn off. Okay. Thank you guys for walking me through that scary little fellow. Yesterday, if you guys remember last week, we had sent out the first mushroom. Wait for it because in about 5 minutes here, we're going to be sending out another mushroom to one of you here. And then we're going to do another one tomorrow. We're liking this idea. The mushrooms, the emotional support mushrooms, are really doing their job. They're very effective. Even if you try to scare them with a pulverizer, they usually, well, we'll find out with honey, but our experience is that they seem to come back pretty happy. Like they have all kinds of stories they want to tell us about the house that they just visited. So we just got back. This one from Sarah. This one from Sarah. She'd been visiting, I forget her name. What's her name? She had been visiting Sarah. Sparky, that's right, Sparky. Sparky had been visiting Sarah. Last week we showed pictures of Sarah's house and Sparky there, and it was just beautiful. It worked exactly like it was supposed to. Okay. Sarah sent it back. We make it super easy to send back. I'll show you with the next box what we do. Though whoever receives an emotional support mushroom, it's super, super easy. You don't have to go stand in a line at the post office or anything to send it back. We have it pre-labeled, everything set up. All you have to do is put the shroom back in the box, take the box over to any blue box, any post office box, anywhere, boop, drop it inside. The emotional support mushroom makes it back here, and it turns around and it's going to go back out. We want to have all 5 of these in circulation by the end of the week, and a period of, what's that? If everybody has one for a week, 5 per week, by the end of a month, everybody, at least 30 or 40 people will have gotten an emotional support mushroom visit. I think that's pretty good. Especially if they do what Sarah did, which is after a visit, did exactly what we asked to do, which is to put the shroom in the box, put the label on it, and send it back. We don't ask for letters. We don't ask for handwritten letters to come back. But boy, do we like them. Handwritten letter came back from Sarah. Okay, you ready? All right. I think we're almost ready. Okay. Very close to ready. We're going to be ready here in just about a moment. Okay, here we go. All right. Getting ready. Dear Pop and Tea Crew, I'm almost ready. Just like your daily reading, little Sparky the Mushy came just in time. The last 22 days have been so hard. Even though I don't know any of you in person, I feel the love and generosity and kindness from all of you. You make me smile so big, especially when you say, it's kind of freaking me out during your rando factos. I do that? After a rando facto, do I go, gosh, that's kind of freaking me out. I'll do it more. I like that. After quite the traumatic history with my mom, this one hit home really hard for me, Sarah, because I took care of my mom the last 8 years of her life. And I know exactly what it's like. I do it, Charlie. This one's kind of freaking me out. I took care of my mom. And people don't have no clue what a sacrifice it is to take care of a parent. When you're supposed to be living a life of a normal, mature cycle and doing your things and stuff, and instead you're being a parent to a parent who's become a child. And it's an awkward, but it's beautiful. It's your mom. But it is a challenge and it's a sacrifice. You put a lot of your life on hold so you can take care of somebody. And I but just completely, this completely resonated with me. And I went back to like, my mom was my very, 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 on top of very, very best friend. And we just did everything. The last 8 years, she was supposed to live 2. And we got her stretched out to 8. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why. Because of Pops. I kept her happy. I kept her joyful. I kept her moving. I kept her doing things. I didn't let her easy chair away. What do they call those? Lazy boys. I didn't let her lazy boy chair away. I used to take her to the casinos and take her on trips and just do what you can. And it wasn't like those were big sacrifices because we liked doing the exact same stuff together. So it was like I was taking my pal with me. My pal just happened to be an elderly woman. Anyways, I ramble. After quite the traumatic history with my mom, I met her again in 2013. We were able to start over and build a relationship. On July 3rd, I found her in a delusional screaming for her mom. I went to check on her after that. She never answered my text or call. All but unresponsive. I called 911 and she went on July 3rd last year. She has good timing. She went to the hospice care, excuse me. The anticipatory grief is rough. She is awake and doing well considering her situation. Next week, I get to meet 2 of my uncles that I haven't seen since I was 11 or 12 years old because I grew up in a children's home. Thank you for being so kind to all people. So many can learn from you and the crew. I hope to meet some of you in person one day and hug you all. I'm trying not to cry writing this. I'm trying not to cry reading it due to the love I feel from all of you. I really feel this letter so strongly. Thanks for my time with Sparky. I'm sending him back with love, kindness, good vibes, and gratefulness for the next person in need. Love, Sarah. So the emotional support mushrooms are doing a pretty good job. Love you, Sarah. Thank you for a gorgeous letter. Thanks for following the rules. And you and I got the same thing going with our moms. Love them till you can't love them anymore. And then after that, you just remember them. Okay. That's beautiful. This is why we're here. So our next emotional support. Nipper's in charge. Nipper makes all those decisions. I love it because I don't have to make them. Nipper wrote to me yesterday and said the next emotional support mushroom should go to, I'll tell you who in a moment. And what I found a wonderful idea, a wonderful reason for choosing this person is because this person has changed their work schedule. They used to be able to be here every single day. We forget we're the blessed and lucky ones, the 65, 75, 80 of us that can be here pretty regularly in the morning. There's another 2,000 people watch this show on a pretty regular basis. I see between 1,500 and 2,000 views per day, per show. So somebody's out there goes back and clicks on it, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning after we're done, 11, 12, I don't know. But they have their own viewing pattern. They're going to sit down and they're going to watch the show and they're going to read all of this stuff. And it seems to work because we get more subscribers. So it seems to work. Whatever we're doing, holding this thing together in the morning, seems to work. And I know what it is. I don't mean whatever it is. I can name you the ingredients. And today's reading has a little bit to do with that. But let me tell you who we picked, because this gentleman can't be here all the time. But yesterday, when I let him know that he was going to be receiving an emotional support mushroom for a week visit, he wrote back and he says, "Pops, I'm going to be there in the morning. I'll set my alarm and I'll get up so I could be there." And I said, "That's fantastic. I hope I'm glad." So you guys haven't seen him around, but he's here every single day. And that's Anthony Hunt, our friend Anthony Hunt. And Anthony Hunt, we're going to be sending this guy to. Let me read you about where's his story. Anthony Hunt. This is Riley. Riley's a happy-go-lucky creature at heart. Riley is always chill, and he's wearing the best shades no matter the time or place. Okay? So Anthony made it today. Anthony's also going to get Riley. Along with Riley, he's going to get a little comfort care package. He's going to get 5 grams of ODPE. He's going to get a nice bud of other comforts. And then along with that, you'll notice we put in the label to send everything back. So when Anthony's done, all he has to do is take this label, put Riley back in here, close it up, and put the label on. And drop it off at any post box, any of those blue boxes on a corner, anything like that. And we'll keep the thing going in rotation. Okay, Penny, that sounds great. Our travel coordinator on all of this stuff is Nipper, and we want to thank her for everything she's doing. Tomorrow, we will have another emotional support mushroom going out to somebody here. Okay? I believe you, Anthony. I believe you. And if not, we'll have your address. And I have no problem sending a team over there to pick them up. And you don't even, and Penny will probably be leading the team. And she'll probably be bringing that pulverizer. And not that I'm threatening anybody or anything, okay? But if we send Penny over there, we don't even need a team. You'll return it, okay? Heck, all Penny's got to do is send you a picture of the thing that says, "I'm coming." We have an entry team we use to recover assets. Thank you, Melody. Penny, you and that pulverizer, you're never going to live it down. So, ketamine. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes talking about ketamine. And then we're going to do a reading. A nice reading for today. Do 2 little giveaways. And then it'll be time to get to doing other stuff besides having fun here. I don't know. I didn't really know anything about ketamine. I hear about it a lot. I hear stuff, and I tend to not pay attention to stuff that I'm not involved in. And I know that in my new choice of things that I am involved in, I should understand ketamine. I should understand MDMA. I should understand DMT. I should understand LSD. I should understand ayahuasca. I should understand psilocybin. I should just understand them more. And so for me, it takes, I make a practice of research. One of the things that I do and this is a practice of mine that has been for years and years and years. Of all the people I know, very, very few people get more done in a space of time than I do. Is that a brag? No, it's really true. The amount of stuff I can get done in a compressed periods of time is pretty phenomenal. And one of the reasons is because I have a practice that I do this. It's a super simple one. If I have, I don't, I commit 15 minutes to something. I commit 15 minutes. You guys have seen, some of you following me on IG, and I'm painting these little game pieces for a naval war game that I'm going to play one of these years with Brock. Well, they're time consuming. They're tedious. They take time to do all of that. And if I looked at the whole box full of all those pieces, I'd never paint them. But if I eat the elephant one bite at a time, it's by the end of it doesn't take long, and all of a sudden half the elephant's gone. All of a sudden half the boxes of pieces are painted, and I've got a fleet already. I spend 15 minutes a day doing that. 15 minutes a day. I didn't obsessively 8 hours, and then I'm burnt out and I don't want to do it again for a month. 15 minutes a day. Set it to the side. I have to spend half hour a day. Half hour. I have these timetables in my head. I have to spend half an hour a day. And so I committed 15 minutes a day to painting my little models. Guess what? I cheat sometimes and it slips up to 20 minutes and sometimes 25. At the end of a week, at 15 minutes a day, I've usually put in 2 hours. And it hasn't even impacted my day. It's like missing 3 commercials on TV. And I've already, there it is, half the fleet, half the elephant. 15 minutes a day on that project. Don't say, if you have a project that you haven't been working on, take 15 minutes a day. That's it. 10 to 10:15, 10:30 to 10:45. That's what I do, baby. 10:15, and at 10:45, I could put that brush down. I could go do something else. Boom, done. On Sunday, when I look back, I'm like, wow, you put a lot of time into that. The next one that I do is research, half hour a day. Not something that, reading my historical novels or something, researching. Business 101 tells you this. Business 101 tells you this. If you're involved in any kind of businesses, if you want to promote and grow your business, you can't stay the same. You can't have a status quo of stasis, of just static, just nothing. That's a pond that's getting stagnant. After a while, nobody wants that water. Ugh. Your water starts going sour. If you're in business or you even want to be, you can also do this. You can overplan. You can spend so much time every day, 7 hours a day, planning your next move. You spend so much time planning and trying to develop and research your next move that you're not doing the nuts and bolts that got you in business in the first place. You got to still make your capsules. You still got to package them. You still got to advertise them. You still got to get your capsules out. No matter where you're trying to go with the extract. What I'm trying to say is, and so at the end, on a given day in business, you must spend 10% of your time, 10% of your day, not a week, a day, every day, 10% of it planning your future, looking up new packaging, looking what do other people do. Where are new business opportunities? If 10% of my day, that's like 45 to 50 minutes I have to spend researching to keep my commitment to myself, to know what's going on in our industry. There's few people that keep their finger on the pulse as much because I have to go look up an article today. I have to find a new article today. I have to. It's like what I have to do. It's practice. So I'm stay current. What's going on in the MDMA with the Food and Drug Administration? Are they going to approve it? Aren't they going to approve it? Why? What was the last time they voted on it? Why didn't they approve it? When's the next time it's going to the panel? These are information that's out there. I have it. But I had to go look it up. Nobody dropped it on my porch. And the more you look up, the more you learn, the easier it is to look up, and the more easier it is to learn. How was that lecture? Took me 15 minutes to tell you about my 15-minute, about my 15 minutes. But that's my 15-minute philosophy. Practice it. You get so much done. You know how many 15-minute slots you have in a day? Sometimes you got to add them together. You know, I'm going to spend a half hour on this one. Woo-hoo! 2 15s together. You'll get a lot done. Give me 5 people agree with me. Give me 5 people. Give me 5 people that are going to say, I'm going to spend 15 minutes doing something today. And maybe I'll work on it again tomorrow. 15 minutes, that's it. Anybody can give 50. What we do is we look at stuff and go, it's too big. I don't need to, it's too big to attack right now. I know. That elephant's huge. One day at a time. One bite at a time. One 15-minute block at a time. Watch how much you get done. Woo-wee. And I used to teach that to my employees. You want to be productive? What'd you do the last 15 minutes? Just your last 15 minutes. Explain what you did to me. Well, I was on the phone. I went to the bathroom. I stopped by the copier. And, oh, so you didn't sell anything in the last 15 minutes. Oh, okay. Every 15 minutes. So we're studying ketamine. Make your bed, Sandy. That's your first 15 minutes. Okay? How the ketamine wellness bubble burst. I'm not trying to be a Mr. Nago on ketamine. But the more I've been hearing, the more I am not sure about ketamine. I'm taking that approach right now. I'm open to, always be open to new information that can change your mind. Never be stuck on a position. Never be willing, always be willing to be wrong. Be willing to be the first person to admit you're wrong. That's important. Be willing to be the first person to admit you're wrong. Because then you're open to learning and growing. I don't need to be right all the time. I need to know the right thing. Do you see the difference? So I'm learning about ketamine. Here's an article it's positioned by advocates as a paradigm-shifting mental health intervention. The dissociative drug, ketamine, has proved popular among those with the means to pay for private treatments in clinics styled as high-end spas. This is where I guess I dial in here. These clinics that pose as high-end spas that are where I have to go to be dispensed to. It's a money grab. It's a money grab. What we want to do instead is we want to find our least, where do I break even? Where do I break even? I've paid for everything I have, including the electricity and the lights and my FAE fans and everything. I get paid for it all. The lease on the grow house, paid for it all. Where do I break even? After that, I don't want a single extra dime to go in my pocket. If it did to me, it would dirty up every one of my other efforts because I would be doing it for the wrong reason. I'm just telling you me. It's fair to break even. I'll be honest with you. There's very few people that play the game reasonable and fair and look out for other people first that actually even break even. It becomes almost a hobby until it becomes legal. Once it becomes legal, that's a different story. And it's also one of the reasons a forward-thinking person is setting the platform for all of this. So once it does, boom, you can dive in. Now it's not just legal. Now it's going to give you the opportunity to hire people and change their lives. Can you imagine when you're running a business? You know the guys that are running businesses today that are good leaders? They're providing income for people's families. So a father and a mother can send their children to college. Put good clothes on their back. That's a businessman. That's a leader. That's a guy that's running his business. I have a brother-in-law. He owns a company building houses. That's what he does. He's getting older. He's almost 70. You know what he said to me the other day? Not him, but my sister through him. I'm working hard enough so that all of the people that work for me now can retire happily. The band of workers that got him to where he was. Let's get you up into the retirement bracket where you're all retired in a really peaceful, economically sound way. And then I can retire or I can sell the business. That's a man that's been building a business and been providing for families for years. That's why you do this stuff. You don't do it so you could have the biggest car in the neighborhood. So you could buy the third house on Long Island. I don't want a third house on Long Island. I want your kids to go to college. I have enough time keeping the spiders out of this house. So that's my planning for the future. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but boy, would that be nice to start awarding franchises. Huh? Let's get thinking about this stuff. Let's be builders. Let's not take it. Let's not put it in our pockets. Let's give it back. I'm not kidding you. I have to keep refertilizing these fields. I'm not keeping any of it. I don't want any of it in my pocket. It's dirty in my pocket. I go do stupid stuff with money. I make bad decisions. I do. Next thing you know, I'm driving a Porsche Deluxe. Why? Because I had the money and I wanted to look like everybody else. So I have a bug up my butt for these places that are taking things that are potentially therapeutic and turning them into profit centers. You have to go to somewhere in Jamaica and get in a grass hut and go through all these rituals. And by the time you're done, it was an $8,000 trip. Not trip, but an $8,000 vacation. And you come home and you're $8,000 lighter in the pocket and no further along in enlightenment. Because you weren't practicing. You just went somewhere and thought you'd buy the answer. You just went somewhere and you're going to buy the answer. The answer's not for sale. Anybody trying to sell the answer is full of it. There's one answer. Practice. That's it. Pops is getting crazy this morning. Paradigm shifting mental health intervention. They've been squandering this one on us for a little while now. And I'm not going to try to, I know that it's a sensitive subject. Some of us have used it, not me, but some. And I don't mean to insult anybody. I don't mean to. I really don't. I just want everybody to look at things from all angles. It was the year before her 60th birthday when anxiety and depression that had colored Maria's adult life became more vivid. The rumination felt clawing, and rotating her past and her future over and over on the turntable of her mind kept her from sleeping. Her usual coping mechanism, medication, walking, self-talk, wasn't working. Her usual coping mechanisms, but the 59-year-old dreamed of a life without this pervasive blend of danger and numbness. It was a flattering piece in a newspaper about a breakthrough mental health treatment that led her to Awaken, a newly launched clinic in Bristol, not far from her West Country home. This is in Britain. She watched a TED Talk featuring one of the center's founders, Ben Sessa, a leading psychiatrist in the psychedelic space, as he rhapsodized about psychedelic therapy and novel modality on offer. Via quotes and articles from other leaders in the sphere, she absorbed metaphors about how the treatment would bring fresh snow on her brain. This guy's teaching, it could be true, I don't know, that ketamine will bring fresh snow to your brain. She was falling. She was like, "That man, I need some snow." A lot of us probably do. Cleansing faulty neural pathways and replacing these with cleaner ways of thinking. She read books too, including How to Change Your Mind. Phenomenal book. I've probably read 3/4 of it already. The wildly popular title by the nature writer Michael Pollan, credited with helping to bring psychedelics drugs to the mainstream as a therapeutic tools. Between how close the clinic was and the promise, it felt like fate would venture her into this new brave world. In May 2022, she went to an assessment at Awakened. By July, she began her treatment, which started with a clear aim in mind: to be rid of her anxiety and to never have to take psychiatric medication again. This is what the Awaken program promised her would be the result of the ketamine therapy. I thought I would be cured. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Cliffhanger. We'll talk a little bit more about it. I'm not picking on ketamine. I'm asking us to all research, do a whole heck of a lot of understanding before we dive into stuff. We'll pick this up tomorrow, okay? You have to be here to find out what happened to Maria. And it's not all bad. I can tell you right now. It's not all bad. Okay? Maria. So that's our cliffhanger. Okay, Big Time RX. I've been waiting to do a good cliffhanger on you guys for a minute. That's a good one. So is love a game? Is love a game? You're welcome, Lisa Lilly. Please be researching, dear. It's one of the reasons I talk about what I do. I want us all to learn together. Is love a game? Or is it super serious? It's a job. Which one? It's work. It's play. It's a good one, huh? Now you're thinking. Is love work? Oh, I don't know. Sometimes it's work to love Brock. Don't tell him I said that. No. It more it's like work to like him. Cleany, don't tell him I said that. No, it isn't work. But sometimes you're just like, really? You're going to wear that? All right. You don't even want him to go with you. Can you? You want them to change, but you can't tell them to because they're 44. So you just got to take them looking the way they are. I'm like, darn it. I wish he didn't look like that. Love. Is it a game? Is it hard work? I'm making you guys think. I like this. I'm going to read this. This is pretty funny. Okay. Sometimes they just want to be free. I know, Jennifer. And they show you. It's like I ain't wearing no leash for you, pal. Okay. My wife purposely left the garbage overflow as a sign for me to take it out. She just sits there and lets like that garbage can in the kitchen just brr, 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 brr. Meanwhile, she's fuming every time she adds something else to the pile. And as she's adding to the pile, you're looking at it going, yeah, I know. She just wants me. I'm not taking that out. So she keeps adding to the pile. My friend says, then, well, did you take it out? Hell no. I tied it up in a bag and I put it in front of her favorite shoes. That'll show her. Wow. That sounds like a game to me. What's going on in that house? What is going on in that house? Those aren't love games. Those are not love games. So many of our relationships feel like games. So many of the relationships you guys have, they're games. They're playing games with people. They're playing them with you. You think about it. You know what's the funny thing, though? Is games can either be good or bad. It just depends on the objective. It just depends on the objective. If we choose power over connection in our relationships, we won't have much of either, power or connection. If I need power over you in my relationship, we're not going to have much of a connection. It's going to be a game, a power game. That's the kind of game we're going to have. And that's not filled with love. That was filled with power. Love isn't a prize we win, but it is a game we can play. Listen to what I'm going to tell you guys. One of the reasons that it's so attractive to come to tea in the morning, for me especially, is because we play here. Did you hear what I just said? We play. We do a little work later, we study a little together, but we play, we laugh, we giggle, we're silly. We're grown adults and sitting in our own lazy chairs or driving down the street laughing, playing together. Sending out these little shrooms that don't mean a lot, but they mean everything in the whole world to somebody that gets it. Take a couple pictures, I get to share. I'm involved, I'm part of it. I'm in the game. They didn't leave me on the curb. I wasn't the last one picked. I get to play too. Let's ensure fun is a priority. Let's ensure, and I'm not talking about just here at tea, but it is. It's a whoa. Give me 5 people that agree that fun is a priority here at tea. And I didn't even know this stuff. We're just doing it natural. We're being nature. We're doing what we know is the natural thing to do. But boy, do we goof off and have fun here. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine if every minute of a serious business, if you don't just, and by the end of it, come on, boom, 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 for an hour straight. Now, I don't want to go to church. I want to play. I want to play in the sandbox. We have to ensure that fun is a priority, but not just here. In your relationships. Are you having fun? Or are you just setting trash in front of her shoe to piss her off? Is she just leaving the stack getting higher? She could have made it really fun. All she had to do is say, show me your big guns, honey. Pick up that can. Next thing you know, the idiot would be flexing the can. Really, honey? You think this looks good? Laugh, giggle, hello. She could have got the trash out that easy. Make it fun. Be in love. Play a love game. And the idiot, I'm telling you, if a girl told me I'll look hot if I take the trash out, please flex on my way out, I would take 3 cans of trash out. Am I right, Matthew? Flex the can. See the difference? Stop talking about winning. Instead, work to get everybody involved and continue playing. We do that here. We get everybody involved. We try to get everybody involved. Especially at the end, make sure I say goodbye to everybody. Love games involve everybody. There isn't a person standing on the outside going, gee, I wish I could play with them. Everybody else, we're having a ball over here. Stay over there. We don't like you. Involve everybody. Having a strategic approach will take love away. You're strategizing. You're not playing. You're trying to figure out, how am I going to get... Usually if you're strategizing, you're trying to get a leg up on someone. You're trying to get something that they have. Become something that they are. You're strategizing. Love, it doesn't strategize. Doesn't even know the meaning of the word. Strategizing for those war guys. And play in a way that keeps those around us enthusiastic to keep playing. You know where you go? You go back to the bar that you were having the most fun at last time. That bar was a ball. Let's go back there next Friday. Tea was a really good time. Let's go there tomorrow morning. Coming home to my wife. I know we're going to play a game this evening, something wonderful. I can't wait to go home to my wife. When you're playing games, it's attractive. I'm not talking about the bad games. I'm not talking about mental games. I'm talking about games of love. I'm talking about he opens the door and there's a little note right there and off he goes on a wild goose chase and there you are in the backyard. After all the map and everything, there you are in the backyard and you've got a mixed drink and you guys will sit there and drink and talk about the afternoon or talk about their day. Smallest little game. Oh, Pops, you have time. You have 15 minutes. It didn't take you 15 minutes to plan your next game. See where I got you going? See what I'm talking about? But you don't want to. It's too much work. 15 minutes to practice, to plan something? To be enthusiastic? I can't wait to get home. What are we going to do tonight? What about this one? I'll do something. I'll bring home something. I have an idea, and it doesn't have to cost anything half the time. Just takes making it fun. Everybody wants to go back to somewhere that's fun. Nobody wants to go to somewhere that's not fun. The more you play together, the easier it gets. The more you want to. What do you think Mushfests are all about? Us getting together and playing together. But we forget the play part where everything's so serious and I gotta work and I gotta do this and I gotta do that and I gotta do it. You gotta do all of that, but you gotta play. You've got to understand that love is enthusiasm. Love is attractive. Listen to this. This is such a cute statement right here. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Watch. This means flirting more. It's kind of a game. Just innocent flirting. Rando lady, yeah, that's a pretty sweater you're wearing, Mrs. Haskell. That means flirting more. Complimenting more. Creating moments that you can feel the anticipation. Cliffhangers. Because everyone, without exception, enjoy having something to look forward to. Be silly. Be goofy. Be informal. And for the love of God, put your phones away. Except between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. But your phones kill relationships. For the love of God. Found a way to absolutely neutralize relationships in the last 15 years. Final thing. The game of love, as complex and gut-wrenching as it can feel sometimes, has to be fun. We have to prioritize. We have to prioritize this, keeping the love game alive. We don't try to win it. It's not linear where you win or you lose. Linear is a human construct. Nature doesn't have linear in it. Animals don't, the lion doesn't care if it wins or it loses. Giraffe doesn't even know the concept of king, me, and checkers. Nature doesn't do that. That's human construct. Instead of just supporting that ill animal in our herd, we compete with it. We tell it it's wrong, it's ugly, you're a dirty animal. Get out of our herd. Then we start herds and we put fences between our herds and we start shooting each other and it gets crazy. That's humans. Because we're going linear, wins and loses. Love doesn't win, love doesn't lose. Love plays. Thank you for that. Thanks for letting me talk there. Remember that. Bring joy to your relationships. Make yourself want to be somebody that others want to be around. Not by being a class clown or a phony baloney, just by bringing joy and love and kindness. Be that one. Be somebody they look forward to hanging out with. Not, oh, geez, don't tell me you got to go to Pop's house again. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. I don't want to be that guy. I want everybody to go, oh, we can't, what are we going to do when we get there? I don't know, but we're going to do something. It's going to be fun. What are we going to do when we get to tea? I don't know, but it should be fun. Give me 5 people who say, Pops, you're right this morning. Give me 5 people. Jennifer already did. Nippy did too. Well, I don't know, but it's going to be fun. We might even, if he shuts up long enough, we might learn something too. Okay? And that's one of the things, you guys, we laugh in the morning, right? It's very, very attractive stuff. Here we go. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Go. I want to give away an 8th. Give me a number between 1 and 50. We love, we laugh, and we learn. It's just, we laugh, learn, love. That's the order we try to do it in. Oh, I love you guys. You bunch of emotional mushroom supporters. Give me a number between 1 and 50. You can put up to 3 on your line at one time.
Hey, Pops.
There it is.
Do you know where my phone is? I put it away for some reason.
You better keep it away. You put it away. I stashed it. Goofball. 41, Dando. Dando. I saw Dando do a 41. Dando. Dan Doe did a 41. So Dando's the first 41 on my screen. And it was a 41. Somewhere in there. That's a 41. Okay, so Dando, you got that one. Congratulations. What did you get? I'm going to be sending Dando. You got to send me your address. I'm going to be sending you, this is almost, well, it's over 4 grams of ODPE. Okay? It's over 4 grams of ODPE. You need to get that in your hands. And I need an address from you to make that happen. Let me do this one more time today. Boom, go. Boom. Give me that number between 1 and 50. Give me that number between 1 and 50. Okay? You can put up to 3 numbers at one time on your line. But give me a number between 1 and 50. RX1s. RX, I'm glad you won, Ryan. Good job. Ryan and I were in prison together for years. Ryan and I. Okay? So, Ryan, weren't we in cell block 13? I'm pretty sure we were we were in block C, cell 13. Something like that. I think we did, no, I know what it was. We did 13 years together. Okay? RX. If I like pick on you guys like that, that means you know I love you. If I have certain guys here that I like have bromances on. This guy, well, we watched out for each other in prison. Okay, we had each other's back in the yard. Okay. Okay. Oh, go have a good day, you guys. All right, and one of these days, you guys will find out if that's a true story. um, One of these days, you guys will find out if I told you the truth or not. All right. In the meantime, you go be impeccable. Just because I'm not doesn't mean you can't. Just because I'm a liar doesn't mean you get a lie. Go have a good day, guys. I'll see you here tomorrow. RX, give me that address. Okay. Kimberly Pacey's. Matthew got Shawshank. Jesus Christ. And Tony. And RX flipping the laptop. And Sister wants to know if I have tats. No. Melody, good job. Dustin Satter, Billy T. D. Anderson, and that's good, RX. Perfect timing then. Mr. Marmar's Pacers. RX, I'm gonna add a little something in there then. Two Hawks, Tony, Kimberly, and Chillin, and Matt, and Sister Golden Hair. Oh, it's like prison? Sister, you don't even know. Clean Crow and Herbie and Drew Clay, Anthony Hunt, congratulations, Satter Wolf, Charlie Ray, Badgie, big hugs, Pacers, Nurse, caw, Vegas and I are on an elevator, Bryn, Pacers, Matthew, Mr. Marmars, Satter Wolf, Melody Dawn, Bryn, thank you, Nipper, and Two Hawks at Jesus Christ, and Sarah, beautiful letter, Sarah, thank you, sweetheart. Thanks for taking care of Mom. Bryn and Kimberly and Justin and Mr. Phil, Biting Tooth, thank you. Matthew and Shiny, Nipper, Laura, have a divine day. B. Hendricks, Jesus Christ, Saga, it's in my heart. Tree Dump and Smith, Jennifer Garcia, Marky Z, R&R, Bryn, Herbs, thanks for being here. Wazzy, D. Anderson, Pacers, Mr. Phillips, PG Page, Satter, 52. Are there a lot left? I don't know. Mr. Phil, Kyle, Shiny, Kimberly, Mark, I'm from the stars, Brett, Melody, Matthew, Brett, Michael, Shanti, Christian, hi Christian, Mark Zamaron, Pops, peace, I gotta go. Out, Law Dog, come back tomorrow. Law Dog, come back tomorrow and we'll talk about that. Pops, peace, gotta go. Practice. Out.